Come back. It is exactly almost going for 20 past 12. The clock is so tiny, I can barely read it. But anyway, be that as it may, I have a dear friend and colleague on the line this morning to talk with us about the upcoming event on Eid's Day for Revert Muslims. But I do need to read out this little quote on. He's got his picture up on the screen. He's unable to join us online. He's talking to us telephonically, but I just absolutely love this quote on his picture. He says, if you have to choose between being kind and being right, choose being kind and you'll always be right. Absolute magic. Absolute magic. Abdul Manack, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the program. How are you doing?
Alhamdulillah, shukran. Always, good to connect with you. You are always kind. So I'm always right on track with you. So I'm excited to be with you in this kind, beautiful month of Ramadan that Allah has blessed us with. What a beautiful
Alhamdulillah.
time of the month. And it's so beautiful. So I'm excited, glad to be with you back on, Julie, and excited. Let's fasten our seatbelts and let's kickstart and talk, inshallah.
Subhanallah. I heard somewhere that you were into coaching and counseling. Would I be correct? Where
Mm.
are you at this point in your life? Because you too have
Alhamdulillah.
been involved. You've been involved in amazing work. You too were involved in radio, TV, and a whole host of other stuff. Sport, of course, I should imagine is the number one priority in your life. So, what are you up to these days?
I wake up in the morning and I say, oh Allah, use me, take me. I open myself up to serving, to contributing, to making an impact, making a difference, where I can touch a heart, touch a soul. There's so many leaders out there where we can awaken those leaders who are sleeping and just awaken them to lead, inspire, and impact their lives. So doing mindset training, coaching, emceeing, and events. And in the sports field, working on programs called Mindset of a Champion, consulting, training, and inshallah, always asking Allah to grant us sincerity, to use us, to speak, through us, not from us, and allow people to touch their hearts and allow us to touch their hearts, inshallah. So being
Ameen.
involved in community, humanitarian work, development work, consulting. So alhamdulillah, continuing what you're doing, Julie, being actively involved in uplifting community to your voice, through the channels that you do. So in a similar way, wherever Allah takes me, I say use us. The day He doesn't use us to serve, to contribute, that is the day we ask the question, why not me? What have I done? So shukr that Allah is using us and ask Him to continue to use us and inspire people and touch hearts.
Subhanallah, and that's what it's all about, is it not? It's about being in service and touching lives in a positive way. This time around, service in a very different sphere. I'm pleasantly surprised that you're involved here. It is the upcoming event on Eid Day. It's a luncheon for the revert Muslims. So, share with us firstly the concept of what is a revert.
That's a very good question because a lot of people think, use the word convert, but preferably they like, the right word is revert. It's a term used basically and firstly for someone that embraces Islam. After being to another faith or from another faith or have no religion and you don't know, you find yourself lost, uncertain, and then embrace Islam, say the Shahada, submit to the will of Allah, and embrace this beautiful religion of Islam. And then you accept this religion. That journey is a journey. Prior to that, it's a journey of self-discovery, and then it becomes spiritual transformation. So reverts, it's a very challenging journey as you become a revert because you're faced with challenges, adopting a new belief, a new system, a new practice, especially at home, in communities. And they bring something unique to the Muslim Ummah. They bring diversity, and that beautiful diversity creates a revert into Islam, which is a beautiful embracing moment. So a revert is someone who embraces Islam and says the Shahada and starts this new journey. And he starts, what's so beautiful about a revert, He's cleansed, he's pure, he's everything that he has before. So whoever is out there and want to embrace Islam, you start clean, you start pure. So it's a start of a new journey, but a cleansing journey where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala starts fresh, and a new day, a new start. So alhamdulillah, that is what a revert is.
How beautifully explained. But also, I think the one issue that we mustn't overlook is the issue around acceptability and a space in our community to embrace revert Muslims and make them a part of the community. Because oftentimes, I think. Revert Muslims feel very marginalized, and we, you and I, born Muslims, Abdul, are to be blamed for this. We need to embrace revert Muslims and let them know that they are part of the whole.
You know, Absolutely. And how do we, you've raised the question of we need to embrace them. So the question I would say is, how do we embrace these reverts? Firstly, allow them, no matter what color, caste, creation, country, community, city, culture, background, whether it's corporate, who you are, where you come from, what size, what status you are. But if you come to the fold of Islam, embrace them like a brother. Love your neighbor like you love yourself. Love for your brother what you love for yourself.
Mm,
Embrace
mm,
the next person like his family, like he's one of you. And when you do that, we become a community, we become a family, we become a tribe, we become a organization, and that is what is much needed. It is lacked, it is not seen. And yes, you are right. It's us, me, and everyone else around us, where I see.
absolutely.
Let's stand up. Let's hear, let's be the voice for the voiceless. Let's be the person who is hurt. Let's help him. The one who's criticized, let's build him and compliment him and bring him into our family. Bring him, let's be one who shares the plate with someone, not give him and put him on the side. Let him sit on the same meal table with us, because we all read salah on the same musalla, make sijda on the same musalla. And when we do, that is what, as Muslims, we must be united. When we stand united. Together we fall, but let us stand united. And in that way, we accept, embrace, and the best way to embrace a revert. If you know someone in your community, bring them into your homes, bring them into your families, and share a meal with them, because you don't know that aloneness they feel. And what you could do is, inshallah, that could be your pathway to Jannah.
Amin, Amin. Abdul Manack is my guest. He's a mindset coach and he's talking to us about the issue around reverts and the special luncheon being organized for revert Muslims on Eid Day. The one issue I do have, the question I wanted to ask is, so we have this great um, lunch put out for revert Muslims on Eid Day, but what happens after Eid Day? Do we forget about our brothers and sisters that have just newly come into the fold of Islam? But I know how you're going to respond with that, because I understand, Alhamdulillah, there is an organization called Revert Muslim South Africa. So we need to understand, how did the organization start, and what type of work do they inspire within the revert community?
Yes, the question you ask is what happens after. It's what happens before, which I will share just a little later, and the feeling that sparked, and gave birth to the Revert Muslims of South Africa. It is an organization, a community founded by Layla Kostoglo. She's based in, the organization is based in Ilovo in Johannesburg. It is specially an organization for reverts, and the mission. The purpose is to support reverts, navigate reverts in a community, on this new journey, help them make this transition a beautiful transition one, where we can build a community, build a family, build a tribe. We want to hang out together. We want to hang out with our friends, but there are reverts out there who are hanging out alone. And the revert Muslims of South Africa is one that brings these people together, these reverts together into a community, and support them, help them, counsel them, educate them, empower them, teach them, guide them, help them, and how do we do this? There's different processes. Events is one which we'll talk about, the Eid event coming up, but the others is we have online courses for them where they can learn, in different stages of their life, different stages of their journey, whether it's basic courses, intermediate or advanced. So given dawah, so we can help them through their challenges, help them through this transition period, help them through this process so that they can, find this journey and pathway. No journey is easy. As you know, like a baby, he has to crawl, then walk, then run. So when they come into Islam, they are crawling. Show sympathy, show compassion, show empathy. And this is what Reverts Muslims of South Africa are about. That's what we do. That's our purpose, our mission. And through love, through compassion, to empathy is how we coordinate and bring people into the fold of Islam.
Alhamdulillah. We're going to go for an ad break, Abdul, and when we come back, I want you to tell me more about Revert Muslim South Africa. I'm thinking that people listening into us this morning might want to start up little groups in the little dorpies or, wherever they may be, to try and also give support to Revert Muslims, because if we don't do that, we're going to, they'll feel very isolated and then probably question why they've even reverted to this beautiful deen of Islam. And we're also going to talk about the great event, the Eid Day Luncheon. So please do stay with us. We'll be back with you in a minute or two.
Salam Media, your spiritual companion this Ramadan.
Dad, these Frymax chips are so tasty.
Wow, that really takes me back. My dad bought me a Frymax chips every day after school. They were my favorite when I was your age as well. Quality is at the very heart of what we do, and that's why we ensure that every Frymax packet is filled with the beautiful goodness and flavor-packed taste that you've come to expect from us since 1982. Frymax, from generation to generation.
Freedom Stationery supply Marlin and Marlin Kids pens to me and my school friends. They supply just about everything we need to help us get a better education, from books to files to rulers. In fact, any any accessory we need. Freedom Stationery. Education for the nation. What does accessory mean?
This Ramadan, spread the love with Sunshine D margarine, the perfect addition to your seri table for spreading, baking and cooking. Sunshine D is rich in essential vitamin A, E and D and is the tastiest way to get their day or night started. Sunshine D tastes nice, no lies.
In the Eastern Cape, children are facing unimaginable hunger. A baby was rescued, fed only powdered drink. A young girl lost her life searching for food. Children eat grass to survive and return to school on Mondays too hungry to learn, some even crying from hunger. Teachers and principals are giving what little they have, but it's not enough. This Ramadan, you can make a difference. Help us support Muslim families in Gqeberha and rural Eastern Cape. Together, we can feed hope, fight hunger, foster change. Donate to the Al-Fida Foundation. Send your proof of payments to admin@alfida.co.za for Section 18A tax certificates or contact us on 041 484 1288.
You are listening to Mid-Morning Talk with Julie Ali.
You are listening to Salam Media live from our headquarters in South Africa. This is Salam Media, keeping you company this Ramadan.
Welcome back. We are talking with Abdul Manack. He is a life coach, and we are talking about Revert Muslims South Africa. He's actually a mindset coach. Let's just correct that. But I guess a mindset coach does actually equal to a life coach as well. Abdul, welcome back. Would you agree with me? Mindset and life.
Absolutely. Long as you're inspiring change in
Right.
whichever way and whichever format, and you're making an impact. And how can you do that? And it's always just check your intention. So whatever it's mind coach, life coach, may Allah always inspire us to
Ameen.
be part of making an impact and making a difference, inshallah.
How long has Revert Muslim South Africa been around, the organization, and who are the people behind it?
So let me give you a brief history about how it all started. It was inspired by a lady, in fact, a young girl called Layla, a Greek Orthodox young girl who was schooling in Johannesburg at a tender age of 13. And in the month of Ramadan, like we are in this probably month, we are all fasting, and there's students and kids in the school from different cultures, diversity, fasting. And Layla, being a Greek Orthodox young girl, noticed kids fasting and, having an inquiring mind, not eating. They were actually, these kids, and Almighty bless them, were kind, compassionate. And she noticed this role model behavior and was inspired by this behavior, and started inquiring to these kids about Islam. Her heart was touched, by and suddenly the gentle call of Islam started. Her journey began right there, inquiring about Ramadan, and suddenly, this was how the journey started. And what was remarkable about Layla, her journey was at that young tender age a lonely one. One of self-discovery. It was a lonely path, like many reverts. It's always challenging adopting a new faith, new beliefs. You can imagine, starting new practices. It's an uphill battle, especially as a young kid. Whether you're in community, imagine going home and, talking to your parents, talking to family members, talking to community people that you've changed your faith. Imagine the uproar. Imagine the challenges that one would face. And whoever is a revert will understand that if they go through those challenges, it's a lonely journey. But she persevered, persisted, stayed positive, stays focused. Alhamdulillah, she remains steadfast and firm and consistent on this newfound faith, and fueled by her own experiences and loneliness and challenges. She, deep inside her, wanted to uplift others, not face this basic same pathway that she went. Her journey was a challenging one. She wanted not to allow other reverts to feel the way that she felt alone, and not experience what she did. And as she grew up, she started a community, an organization, a family, a group of reverts, to be in a safe environment, to learn, to grow, to develop, to teach, and that they have basically a peace of mind, and would serve as a lighthouse, a beacon of light, a ray of hope, a support structure for
So,
existing,
Abdul,
current, new
um,
reverts.
okay, let me come in here. We are running out of time. I'm going to wrap up in the next minute or two. So, very quickly, where is Revert Muslim South Africa operating from? Would it be in Johannesburg? And then I also would like you to
Yes.
share the events of the Eid Day, the Eid Day events with us as well.
Yes, it's based in South Africa. It's currently a team that educate, empower different platforms. We have causes, building communities. And one of the events that's upcoming now is the Eid Day event, which is going to be held either on Wednesday or on Thursday at the afternoon in Sandton, where we'll have nasheed artists, prize giving activities, interactiveness, beautiful food, poems. But mainly the purpose is to create a happy Eid, a beautiful Eid that people can embrace each other, get the feeling of this beautiful harmony, a beautiful feeling, and to create this, it's going to be happening in Sandton. And if anyone, if you are interested, join us firstly on our website on Muslim underscore revert underscore South Africa, or call us on 074 409 8897 to be part of this event, which is happening on Eid Day. And the cost is 200 Rand for adults and 100 Rand for children. And it's held at Sandton, which will be a beautiful event. to create unity, to bring to create this beautiful, happy Eid atmosphere, and creating and embracing Muslims to be together and be part of this, and then share different stories, journeys, and interact. So no matter if you are revert, whatever color, creed, caste, creation, culture, community, if you are new into the fold of Islam, existing in the form of Islam, or old in the fold of Islam, please join us and contact us on 074 409 8897, or contact us on Muslim_Revert_SA. So those are, that is the event which is happening with Revert, so that we can create them and this happy Eid, Julie.
Inshallah, it sounds absolutely awesome. If I didn't have family commitments, I definitely would have made my way to this amazing function. I have no doubt in my mind it's going to be fully booked and very, very well attended. Maybe we can talk to you after Ramadan, and you can, after Eid, and you can give us some feedback on this function. But thank you, Jack, Abdul. Jack is, of course,
No
your
problem.
nickname. I'm sorry, it just slipped out. Abdul Manack, thank you indeed for being with us on the show this morning. And I'm so pleased about, the path your life has taken, your coaching, the coaching work you're doing, and also being involved with Revert Muslims of South Africa. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all of your efforts, and we will hook up again sometime soon. Go well. Salams to Layla and all of the people involved in making this event a possibility on Eid Day, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum to you.